Dude, I was in it like almost the entire
you were
thing.
You were like at the end. Yeah.
Sorry.
I gotta bleep it already.
I'm so sorry.
Come on, man.
Hey guys, welcome back to AuraCast. I'm Laura. This is Alex, and now we have a guest artist, Deven. Do you want to say anything?
Hi.
So this is Deven. He's been Alex's best friend for like forever.
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
Dude, that's a long time.
6
dude.
years.
Whoa.
Oh,
How do you like? Okay, I'm just gonna start off with asking you guys questions about like your friendship.
I'm with it.
I feel like that's a good way to go into it.
I like it.
So like, do you have a story about like when you first met? Like, do you have like a memory of like first seeing each other, or like the first time you actually became like good, like friends?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we got that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you got it.
So we both went to high school together and did theater. I used to play baseball and stuff, and then I was just like
Trash.
Yeah, no.
Trash.
Yeah,
Not
like,
worth
no,
it.
like screw it. Yeah, no, definitely. And so I was like, screw it, I'll try it out. They did Shakespeare at first, and I was a freshman, and it was my first time jumping into something, you know what I mean? So I was like, So I wish I was a little bit more ambitious. I would have met him sooner, but I did The Wiz, and that was really fun. It was like a musical, a spring musical, and then
Right.
that fall, my sophomore
The
year,
Wiz,
when
we
he
did
was
The
a
Wiz.
senior. Yeah, you were like a flying
Why did we do
monkey,
The Wiz?
right? The Wiz.
It was so dumb.
That was a good one, though.
Oh yeah, but it was dumb.
was
We
like-
should have been in that.
Yeah, I know.
Just like that white high
Just
school.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, wild.
Too many white
Continue.
people, man. Man, I can't. All right.
Come on.
Anyways. So we were in a play, and then there were none. And
Right.
I had the
yeah.
role. I was a sophomore, and I was a sophomore, and I wasn't really expecting to get this role because like
Can I see?
mainly all seniors and juniors were doing it. You know what I mean? And I was just a sophomore. I didn't. Who else auditioned? That was.
That was a small audition.
Yeah, it was a small audition too.
It was you.
But I was expecting to get a small part. Like I
Yeah,
wasn't
that's true.
expecting to get that big of a part, and I got like, dude,
Yeah.
I was in it like almost the entire.
Yeah, you were
fucking
like- you
thing.
were, like, at
Oh
the
my
end,
God,
yeah.
Sorry.
I gotta bleep it already.
I'm so sorry.
Come on, man.
I'm
No
sorry.
more. That's your last. That's the last one you could
Sometimes
say.
it just comes out. You can't even control it. It's
No.
just like,
No, I'm playing.
It's
an
you
adjective.
know me.
It's
like
an
you
It's
can't
an
even-
adjective.
sorry.
I'm gonna spend an hour editing this.
I'm so
No.
sorry.
You got it.
Anyways, it was just hilarious because we were sitting for one scene, and it was so funny. It was a dress rehearsal, and he had like this really nice gold watch on, right? And he was like bloop bloop bloop, shining it all up in this dude's face.
I was.
And like I was already cool with him for after when we did the musical and stuff because I was like I mess with him, you know what I mean? And man, our friendship just grew from us messing with people.
Yes.
Like not like in
I'm
a
dead.
heinous way or anything like that, but more in like okay, low key. Sometimes we were
Life
a little
is
bit
just
too
kind
mean.
of
No, we
fun.
were mean.
Like,
We were mean. We were mean.
We've grown.
but We've grown.
Okay.
We're
Grow
grown.
from it.
Anyway,
but still take that playful like love for life with it though. You know, like
Oh yeah.
I don't know, just,
I think
like-
that's.
it's finding people who like get life the same way you do. Like you just want to have fun, or like
Right.
they see life in the same way.
I think it's when you meet people that make you feel like.
Most like yourself.
yeah.
And like life doesn't matter. Like when you
Yeah.
meet people that you're like,
Definitely.
dude, through anything I'll remain your friend.
And it's like
First.
Like,
life
through
is
anything.
simultaneously the least and the most important thing, because you're like, I want to be here for you, like we're all in this together, but it's also
Right.
like we're just here to eat shit up and have fun and like do whatever.
You say, eat.
So you won't have to edit.
Right.
But okay, and that was when you realized.
Yeah, man, because like
Yeah.
there was no other time where since that point I could never hate him. Like I never hated Alex ever
Yeah, no.
at a point in my life. I'd be
Ever,
like,
even as like,
no, like we'd annoy the shit out of each
Oh,
other.
like
I'd
I'll.
say,
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
but that's what a good friendship
Yeah.
is. It's like even when you
We'll
annoying
test
the
each other.
shit
Got
out of
him.
me.
Yeah,
I
it's
still
like
love him. Like yeah.
in the day I'll
it's
be like, that's my I love this man.
Like forever. Like
That's when it's like family. That's when it's
Right.
like,
exactly.
this is my person. Like, I'm gonna like know them for a long time.
Right.
And and
I think it's better than family.
Yeah,
Sometimes
'cause
because
honestly,
it's
you
like
find
someone
them.
that you've paid.
It's someone that the
Yeah.
universe
Yeah.
brought to you.
Yeah,
instead of just,
exactly.
like being
Sure.
born into it.
And it's like I'll do anything for my family too.
Oh,
but
of
it just
course.
feels
Lived.
different.
It
And
does. Yeah, it's a different connection.
And it's crazy because we've lived such, similar but so different lives at the same
Facts.
time. Both
Facts.
because we're Italian and we grew up in Italian play. Both because like we're really, you're more tan than I am now, but like younger, you were pretty, a little bit fair.
Oh yeah.
And like a lot of people are like, oh, well, you're not like DJ Pauly D. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
right.
well, hey, shout out DJ Pauly D.
Like,
I love
yeah.
Jersey Shore, but like,
Dude.
it's crazy because a lot of people just don't understand that we grew up different from most Caucasian people, and we have ethnicity, and coming into the world and coming from a family that's poor, you know what I mean, like because I'm second generation, I think, you know what I mean, and people just forget that there's a lot of other people that are struggling in the world too, you know what I mean? And so like growing up struggling, you understand and relate to that, hey, everybody is just trying to hustle
You just
at
see
the
a
end
different
of the
side
day.
of life, yeah.
I think it matures you earlier, and Alex was very
for
mature
sure.
for his age, you know what I mean? And we clicked on that,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
that. Like that was what really, that's where I was trying to get at saying all that. I wasn't trying to get all depressing, but I'm just trying to
No,
say
yeah.
like
No, but you
people
see
that have
it
struggled really, like,
connect.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you haven't really had that, you're not really gonna see anything, you know what I mean?
Exactly,
So
and that's
it's-
not like a bad thing. It's just a whole different perspective.
Yeah,
but like those
exactly.
people who have the same like perspective as you, you're gonna click with because you're like, we see it the same. Like we see it very similarly, and we could have a whole different story. But like,
For sure.
we're in this together. Like
Oh, yeah.
we're in this for whatever it is. Like
For whatever it is.
life
I
is,
feel
we're
it,
in
yeah,
it,
man, for
Right.
sure.
and like we'll be there for each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got another
love
question?
that.
I think
a
that's
good
cool. I think
message,
there's like
yeah.
soulmates as like relationships, but then there's also like soulmates
like
for
we say it
friendships.
all the
100%.
time, bro.
100%.
100%.
There's soulmates for everything.
Hehenry
like
too. Shout out
Henry. Henry's
I
gonna
love
be
you,
on this
Henry.
one day as well.
Has to be. Have Henry on his own, and then have both of us. So it's
Yeah,
all
I gotta
three.
get. I
that'd
gotta
be
get more
cool. We
mics.
need
That'd
like
be
a
just
whole
gotta get
round
more mics.
table thing. Like we just need to
Yeah.
have like
Henry probably
big
has some, man. I
conversations.
could probably buy one if save up
Yeah.
some money. I don't mind. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I'm with
it
it.
would be cool.
Yeah,
We gotta do
I'm
it.
with it for
I'm down to
sure.
have everyone on.
That'd be fun.
Everyone.
That'd be fun.
Literally, we just need anyone who wants to come on message us
Please.
and like
Yeah.
even if you don't know us well, this could be a way to connect. This could be a way to like get to know each other.
Exactly.
Maybe like once all the stuff is over about
Maybe
like
Right,
not
you'd
right.
coming
wanna
in
promote
contact.
something.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
what we're trying to do.
We can shout you
Yeah.
out. You shout us out. Like, let's all just build like this empire and work our way up. Lift each other up so we don't have to like
I want to be Cookie.
claw for the top.
Right.
You want to be what?
I want to be Cookie from Empire. You know the shit.
What in the
Oh,
world?
God.
I'm sure
But, like,
someone's
yeah.
gonna see that and
And
be,
be like, yeah.
what the fuck is he doing? Yeah, like,
Another one. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Good. I have to edit this. Oh.
he's not gonna have me on again.
Oh man.
I'm like, can they hear me drinking?
Of
Is this
course
like
they
ASMR?
can. Yes, they can hear you drinking.
Like,
This is gonna turn into ASMR.
Dude,
No, that's
it's
when we get
every-
these little ones.
It's like in the Mike Tyson
We're like-
podcast, Hotboxing with Mike Tyson.
hell
Yo,
yeah. I wanna
every
be on
episode,
that.
this
Mike
man's
Tyson
eat-
put one of us
Let's put us on.
Oh, yeah.
Every time he's eating oatmeal or like eating something, I'm like, yes, Mike Tyson.
Can you like hear it in the mic?
Yeah, and I'm like, yes.
Ew.
Like you can't really hear it, but you could like hear it affect how he's talking.
But
so
he's
you're
like,
like,
and the
he's
thing with
eating
the...
during this. I'm like, dude, yes, like you regular, you're
Yeah.
normal. Like
Okay,
just chill.
who- Like,
Exactly,
if you
like-
could have, like, a celebrity on your podcast, who would you have?
Ooh.
Oh, you go
Yeah.
first. You go first.
Okay, do y'all know who Grimes is?
Grimes.
Just a very weird artist. She makes like very weird pop, I guess. But I've watched a podcast of her. I liked her music and I like, connected with her a little bit, but I wasn't like, love this person. But I watched an interview with her and she has just this outlook on life that like matched up with mine. Like I just saw like where she was coming from. It's like that thing, like you see a person and you hear them talking and you're like, yeah, I know I'm going to connect with you. Like, I know we're just going to be on the same, like, wavelength. And, like, for her, that was, like, someone that I really resonated with. And she just
Right.
makes weird art, and I love that. Like, just do art that like isn't there yet. Like,
Your own thing.
do your own thing, yeah, and like don't like push to make it like original, but like just do you, and
Be
it's gonna
you,
be
right.
you, and it's gonna be awesome. Like, I don't know. She was definitely what I would like interview though.
That'd be awesome.
What about you?
Dude, so hard.
I
There's
know
so
there's
many
so
people, like,
many
I wanna
people.
do.
That was just the first one that
Oh,
came to mind, but
man.
there's so many.
Let me
It's
think.
good to always
Hannibal
just do it.
Buress.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Hannibal Buress.
That'd be awesome.
Oh man, Hannibal Buress is something else. I would just love to have a conversation with that man one day.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. Not as in depth as hers, but I feel that.
Dude, yeah, it's just
Do you feel like y'all would see like eye to eye?
Yeah.
no, but I think it would just be another moment. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I think it would be someone I could really like connect with.
And
like
it'd
you
be
were
like
saying.
cool to talk to. It'd just be
Yeah.
fun.
I don't know. It'd just be like, yeah, it'd be wild.
Honestly.
I just want to hear, and honestly, it's because I think I want to just hear everyone's journey. Like I want to know.
Exactly.
I just want to know about people. So I think having him on, it's like I know who he is, but how many
Exactly.
times have you heard like his story?
And like you watch movies about stories and like you see documentaries and stuff, but like talking to someone, you get to really see their story and
Right.
like hear it
for
from
sure.
them, which I feel like stuff like this, why it's so cool, is like you get to see the person or hear the person, like, I don't know, explaining themselves instead of someone being like, they did this and this and this and it's cool. It's like they
Right.
get to say like, this is
Right.
me. Yeah, I don't know. What
And
about
also you get like the true you when you do that, because they're not like, I mean, even with like social media, like a lot of people like pre-write that and
Oh,
proofread
yeah,
it
and
and stuff.
you
So
can-
when you have someone on a conversation, it's like I get
That's
to
the
hear
most
how
genuine-
exactly how their
their
brain is
brainwave?
processing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
their brainwave being like spewed out.
What about you, Devin?
This is hard, man.
It's
Like,
hard. I know,
that's
it's your question,
hard.
though,
I
like-
know, and I wasn't prepared for it. I think that I would have Jack Black.
What?
Jack Black.
Why
Yeah.
Jack
Jack
Black?
Black.
Jack Black.
Dude, what?
Because listen,
he's-
he's
Explain.
he's someone who's just so full of life, and
That is
I
true.
feel like that type of positive. Like he's a dad. He went on freaking yoga. See how I censored my freaking Yo Gabba Gabba, right? Like for his kid, and my little brother loved that. Like that was his jam. Like that was his itch. You feel me? Like so, I'd always be watching. I was like, oh shit, Black. Bro, I love Nacho Libre growing up as a
Dude,
kid.
Nacho
So,
Libre
Nacho Libre
so
is
good.
honestly, it's
and
just
like just anything he does, even if it's a bad movie, I
It's
still
got
love
that
him.
like, it's got
It's
that just
him.
like funny like
It's him.
love for life. Yeah, him.
It's him.
Right.
And if he
Genuine.
would like just be down to like make a movie with me, or and
Let's
his
do it.
Tenacious D is hilarious. Okay?
Tenacious D is funny.
He made a video game. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Like, with the guitar and he
Uh-huh.
like fought like hell or some shit. Like I don't remember. But like it was cool though. It was back like on the Xbox. Anyways, it was so cool. Like he's just so awesome. And Kung Fu Panda, bro.
Kung Fu Panda
those
is
are-
Amazing.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
Amazing.
exactly. Like
And
Jack
School of
Black-
Rock.
Yes. School of Rock is
Amazing.
one
He
of my
was in-
favorite
wasn't-
Love
movies
that
to
wasn't he in
date,
King
to
Kong?
date. Yes, he was
Dude,
in King Kong.
dude.
Jack Black is in so
Dude,
many
listen,
movies.
I watched King
He was
Kong.
in that
I
movie
think-
Bernie. Have you ever seen that? Where
No.
he killed the old lady.
What?
Yes, and it was a comedy, but it was a dark comedy, but it was based on a true story. And he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to kill her." Like he was all weird and yeah, like it was so funny, bro.
Dang.
It was good though.
Yeah, dude. I remember watching King
Never
Kong.
since
We
I've
went
seen
on
it,
my
so I might
family.
have messed that up.
My family went on vacation to Florida, and the week we went, like
I
for
went
spring
and saw
break,
that.
the week we went, it rained every day.
Ah.
So we were in the hotel. We went bowling. Like we did all into. We went to their mall. Like who does that on vacation?
Yeah.
So especially to the beach. To the beach.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's raining, and one night we're just bored, and we're like. Well, I was like, whatever, 8, and I was like, we gotta watch King Kong. We have to.
Dude,
We all
that'd be
watched it.
fire.
Yeah, we just all laid in bed and watched it. We
Yeah.
ordered it in. It was crazy.
That's dope.
I got the video game like that.
Yeah, the video game was fire.
That video game was so good.
Jack
Like,
Black is an icon.
Yeah,
So I
I
would
understand
definitely pick Jack Black.
I
I
like
see
it.
that. At first,
like
I
it.
was like, "What?" Because like he's just a random like.
No, he
actor.
is not random. But when you think
I guess for
about
me,
it,
yeah.
he has built Jack Black along with SpongeBob, Steven Spielberg, 90s Justin Timberlake, and Biggie Smalls have helped shape
Biggie
me to the
Smalls.
man that I am today.
Biggie Small.
SpongeBob definitely shaped my humor.
For sure, dude. Oh my
Like,
goodness.
Ed.
Like, for sure. Okay.
Ed, Ed and Eddie, bro.
Ed, Ed, and
Oh.
Eddie.
I watched Ed, Ed and
Yeah?
Eddie 12
Okay.
times more than SpongeBob.
Oh,
Ed and Eddie was
really?
phenomenal. Yeah.
I mean, I loved Ed and Eddie.
I
Don't
loved
get
it
me
too,
wrong,
but like part of me was like, I shouldn't be watching this.
Oh.
Even as a kid,
That's
I
what
was
made
like,
it so good.
Yeah,
I shouldn't.
exactly.
That's what makes Courage good, because you're watching
'Cause
like
you're watching it
horror
and you're
movies
like-
for kids, and you're like,
but I like it.
as a kid, you're
Yeah.
like, this is terrifying, but this is my like Goosebumps,
But, like,
my
this is
favorite
good.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Goosebumps was my
Like,
shit.
was
Like
dope.
even the
Oh,
books, like oh,
Eat it up.
Samurai
so
Jack.
good.
Oh,
Yes.
Samurai
was
Jack
that
is
shit.
phenomenal.
I
Now we're
love
just
it.
listing.
Now we're just listing shows.
That's what this has come to.
Yeah.
What are your favorite shows? Tell us in the comments below.
Facts.
Right.
And then complain to each other saying, no, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
instead.
Fight about it.
Right.
Go to the
I wanna
comments
have
and
an
fight.
argument.
I want to see
Let's
the
start a
nastiest
poll.
insults.
Let's start a poll. I'll figure
Wait,
out how to
okay,
do
I'm
that
gonna
thing where
start a
you
poll.
press up here and it's an eye and it's like a poll.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
do it.
let's
You
do
can do
it.
it right through there.
Let's
Let's
do it.
do it. Take the poll.
Okay, who would win?
Hey,
okay,
take this poll.
We gotta do a versus then if we're gonna do a poll. Who are we gonna put on a poll? What show is better than what?
Let's see. Okay.
Oh man. Well,
Name your best childhood show, and then we'll go between those
SpongeBob.
three.
Okay. So
But
you
see,
say
mine might be
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob too.
You gotta pick up.
Gotta
You gotta
think.
pick a backup then.
You stole my thing.
I'm sorry. Dude. I'm sorry, homie. I'm so sorry, dude.
Dude, I got one.
Okay, what's yours?
Chalk Zone?
Rudy's got the chalk. Oh!
Dude, Chalk Zone
That
was fire.
influenced you like that?
Chalk Zone was dude. Chalk Zone
love
was my
Chalk
jam.
Zone.
I
I
love
loved that
Zone.
show.
For sure.
It like never came on either.
No, dude, I just watched a video on YouTube about that. How like Nickelodeon like pushed it under the rug on purpose.
Yeah.
They released all their stuff like late. Like they would record a season and Nickelodeon would release it like a year
Why?
later
It
at
was
like
so
9 o'clock
good.
at
It was
night.
literally one of the
Bullshit,
best
yeah.
ones.
It was
Yeah.
so good too. I know. it
Sad.
was
But
such a
that show
shame.
was phenomenal.
So good. They should bring it
What's
back
yours?
because Netflix has been bringing back.
I'm thinking like
gotta have-
SpongeBob
I'm
is
sorry,
like
What's the
Yeah.
backup
it.
to SpongeBob?
I know. I'm like
There is no backup.
There is no
SpongeBob
backup.
Think
is
about
the
a
ultimate
time
show.
where you didn't
Okay.
watch SpongeBob.
Okay.
What was your show then?
Oh,
That,
that
like, my
never
go-to.
happened.
Right, I was always
raised-
watching
I know,
SpongeBob.
dude. Facts.
For
I
real?
was
Like no.
raised on
When
SpongeBob.
there was never a time you weren't watching SpongeBob. Like every
I mean
time you
there
put it on
was,
TV,
but like
it was
not as
SpongeBob.
influential. I feel like SpongeBob's humor just kind of like
Clicked.
took
Yeah,
over.
dude. Yes.
Like it took over like everything. Even memes now are still like SpongeBob
That's true.
and
That's
like
true. That's true.
I don't know. It's just been like so influential
I've
for like
been a day one fan since I came out the fucking womb. Okay, like I'm not
Another one.
playing,
Yeah.
I'm
Play
sorry.
it. Play it.
No, but same. And
Yeah,
like
sorry.
the humor I feel like was like stuff that I could laugh at as a kid, but
Mm-hmm.
like even as an adult I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, my parents could watch it with me because they were like, that's funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, my parents hated it.
And my mom didn't like it, but my dad
That's
did.
crazy. Oh, it's like that.
Oh, I got mine.
Oh, go for it.
Avatar.
Finally. Avatar.
Oh,
That's like
But
I was
see,
I was
but
on
listen-
a different like
But listen,
era, but like that was
Naruto. Like I watched Naruto as an 8-year-old. Like
I
Naruto.
didn't. I didn't.
Oh, see.
I watched like Yu-Gi-Oh,
Now-
Digimon,
but
like
no,
that
now
kind of
you're
stuff. I
dipping
didn't
into
watch,
anime.
like- I
and
know,
I
that's
don't think
different.
That's fair.
That's
Anime
different.
is different.
But it's a TV show.
No, anime
But it-
is different. Anime is different. Avatar.
It's a
So
kids'
avid.
TV show.
No.
That you watched when you were a kid.
No, Naruto
It's not a
is
kids'
not
TV show,
kids'
but you
TV
watched it when you were a
show.
kid.
Yeah, of course, because it was on Adult Swim at like 9, so you could watch it because sometimes your bedtime would be at like 10 or some shit.
Yeah, or
feel
you
me?
just sneak it.
But it's like, yeah, exactly. But like, I never had a bedtime. Shout out to my mom.
Thank you for the
Anyways,
bedtime.
like,
No bedtime.
I just like, I don't know, man. That's his own category. Pick something else. We could do anime next.
I already picked
We
one.
can
I
do
said
Chalk
Chalk
Zone.
Zone.
He's Chalk Zone,
Chalk
you're
Zone.
SpongeBob,
So
and I say
finally,
Okay, so the
at the end
poll.
of all that,
The
in this
poll.
poll,
say the
is
poll. Which one's the best?
SpongeBob, Chalk
Chalk
Zone,
Zone.
Avatar.
Avatar.
Okay, now for anime.
Oh, we're going to
We're
anime.
gonna do
now.
anime. I want
Bro,
to do it because you
are we
brought
doing
it up.
top anime of all time? Or are we doing like?
All right, let's
here's what
say
we're doing.
our top.
I
Three.
think
I don't know
top.
if you've ever
No,
watched
no.
anything. Okay,
I think top one.
I never like watched it like
watch it through.
back in like the day,
Right.
like when I was like a kid.
Mhm.
But like as I got into like high school and college, I like
Yeah.
started watching. So
Right.
Definitely.
I think we should just name our most influence, like the anime that had the most influence on you. You could do one.
Okay.
I can do
Ooh.
one.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
You want me to go first?
I know yours. I think.
What is it?
Gurren Lagann.
Of course.
Yes.
that one's good
Yeah.
as
Of
fuck.
course.
That was one of the ones I was
First
gonna say.
anime I ever watched as like an adult.
Same. It was
Okay.
my first anime I watched.
So inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Short.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
great story and like short. Like what is it? Like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Phenomenal. and it all keeps building. There's no filler. Every episode is a new thing. Crazy.
really
You know
good.
what show you'll like then? Have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Amazing. That was another one.
Beautiful.
Is that
show.
yours?
Amazing.
Beautiful show.
I was gonna say that.
It's
I might say like
it's
Fairy
not-
Tale
it's
because
not, though,
that
but
was
I
the,
love
like,
that.
the
Fairy
first.
Tale?
That was the first one I like
Have you
found
seen
by
Fairy Tale?
myself and watched, and it wasn't like a popular one, so I was like, oh, watch this one,
Yeah.
and like I don't know. That's why I picked that one
Yeah.
because it was just I feel like it was good. It wasn't like the level of like Brotherhood or like Gurren Lagann, but it was still good. It was still f***ing good. Oh, sorry.
It's it's too late now. Just keep saying it because I
Yeah,
have
we'll
to
just
edit this all out
be-
anyway.
I gotta say, like the one that like shaped me, right? Like I guess is
The
what
one
I'm
that
saying,
influenced
like,
you the most.
Influenced me
Yeah.
the most. Oh my goodness, man! Because there's so many. Like, of course, I want to say Dragon Ball Z, but that's so basic because everyone
But
loves
if it's
Dragon Ball.
like,
But
who
if it
cares?
influenced
if
you the
it's
most.
you, then it's you. You
But
know.
it's like, yeah, but also, I'm not even gonna cap.
Do it.
Attack on Titan season 1 when I was
Oh.
13 and it dropped
Phenomenal.
on Netflix and I was like, what is this? I watched the entire thing. I stayed up all night. I had all my
'Cause you were
friends come
so-
over. All my friends come over. They watched a few episodes with me. They all fell asleep. I was
But you
still
were like-
watching it when they woke up and they were
Yo.
like, what is this? And I had to pause it until they left and I kept watching it and I
Yeah.
finished the whole first season. To date, that's one of my favorite shows. And this third season was phenomenal. Have you watched it
Stop
yet?
watching, bro. I don't even think I've seen like
Have you
halfway through
seen
season 2.
2?
I'm so
He's so hurt.
I am sorry.
It's so
I'm sorry. I have
good.
such a short attention span.
no. It answers.
Same. That's
Dude,
why I
so
don't
it's
watch
like-
anything.
It answers everything.
listen,
And
I wanna
every
tell you
episode
something. Series.
builds.
I mean, like, how do you? I can't. I
It's
can't.
so short.
If I don't
too.
binge it, I
Season
never
2
watch.
It's like 11
Yeah.
episodes.
I know,
And
but
it's
I
all
can't.
on Hulu. You can
But then
just
I'm already
binge all
in the
of
middle
it.
of another TV show. Like when I watch
What are
live
you
and that
watching right
TV
now?
show ends.
What are you
What am I
watching
watching?
right now?
Wu-Tang, an American Saga.
I figured he was
Plug
gonna
right
say
here.
this.
Wu-Tang, an American Saga.
It's amazing. It's such a good show.
They're trying to put me on.
I have
so I'm
like
You'll like
6
it.
episodes
Yeah,
in.
okay.
Listen,
No problem.
6 episodes in. Top 3 TV show of all
Really?
time.
I'm 5
Top
episodes
three.
in, top 3.
Top 3
Honestly, could
easily.
be the
And
best.
honestly, depending on how this season that I'm watching right now ends, might be the best.
Like up there with Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Breaking Bad is my favorite right now, and like
I love
so
Breaking Bad.
that one might take its
Breaking
place.
Bad is
I
obviously
can't-
number
It's just so
one.
good. The cinematography,
phenomenal.
the shots, the
Phenomenal.
ideas, amazing. The acting.
No,
But
the
this is
entire thing
also-
a masterpiece, start to finish.
Like this is like on par with that with like cinematography.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It goes from cartoon to normal, like just the different kind of like ideas they have, and like the music in the back of his
Oh.
head.
It's
Yeah, I
It's
remember
just
y'all telling me. Yeah,
one of the
that's-
most creative
Yeah.
TV shows I've
a
watched
great
in a
idea.
long time.
That's my goal, man. Is like I want to make something that's like, wow, I haven't seen an idea like that. Like I'll have in my head, like this is how weird I am. Like I'll be listening to music sometimes. I'll be by myself, and I'll be like, I'll be writing something. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, with this song, this scene would go well with this, and I think out the entire thing that you know what I mean. And then it's like, this camera angle would be really cool or dope like this. Like, there's the one scene in your film that I'll talk about after because it's kind of a spoiler, but I have an idea for it because you were like, oh, we'll just fade it away. But I was like, wait, you can make it cool. We don't need choreography. Let me explain. Like,
And
it
you
might
saw
be
the
dope.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw the shot in my head reading it. And
That'll
it's like,
happen to me
I
sometimes
do it.
too. I
It
feel
happens
that.
to me all the time. Like when I said I always have a soundtrack. Like I said,
A
like so
soundtrack
when
or,
you
like,
told
a
me
scene
that,
happening
I
in
was
my
like,
head.
yeah, like I was like, that's crazy. Like I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
watch it. That makes me
Yeah.
want to watch it because I was like,
It's-
all right, let me see.
It's real.
That's why, like-
real good.
Like it's good to find a way to get those ideas that you have like out. Cause I feel like I'll have so many like shot ideas or like song ideas, but until you get it down, like nothing's gonna happen with it.
Right.
And you could have all these like amazing ideas, but you gotta like get them out.
And yeah,
Like you
because
have
it
to do
sucks.
art
Yeah.
to
You gotta
like
be
get
an
better
artist
at art.
to
yeah.
be an artist. Like you gotta do art to be an artist.
Right.
Which is I don't know, I love that.
Just like that saying, you gotta spend money to make,
make
money.
money,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta invest in
Except
the
it's about
camera
something more
and the-
important. Art. I
Yeah.
don't need no money.
I mean, I need money.
No.
But
Yeah.
I also need art. Like
Right.
I
Like,
need
I
art.
need
I don't
art.
need money. I could survive off like a can of beans for like a week. You
Whoa.
could though.
No.
You could though.
Pasta.
Whoa.
It's
You
gotta be
could, though.
pasta.
Ramen. Like, I'll just do
Pasta,
ramen.
no.
I can survive off
Pastino.
ramen.
Yeah.
Pastino is
pasta.
cheap. Yeah.
Exactly.
Campbell's.
But like, I don't need money.
Nah,
I
I'm not
need
Campbell's,
art.
bro. I can't
Like
do
to
all my
be
Yeah.
me, to be a person. Like I need to have that constant song in my head, or like
Yeah.
that like scene going through.
And I need to do that.
And I need to do it.
create
I need
that.
to act on it.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
if
tired
I
of
don't,
having-
I feel like I'm not doing anything.
I'm tired of having creative ideas and not doing
and not
nothing with
having
them.
enough time to do it too. That's
Yeah,
a
but
big
you make
thing.
time for what you want to do.
You do, but like when you're in school or like when you're just like working or anything, it's hard. Like
It
you
is.
find time, but it'd just be better to have the time to do it all the time.
Yeah, but you have to find the time, and then you start making the time. You don't
Exactly.
get famous and then do the art. You
No,
do the
you're right.
art and
You're
then
right.
become able
Yeah, you're
to
right.
sustain yourself off the art.
Yeah.
Spitting
You
them
just got to keep
facts.
doing it. You
Spitting
just gotta
them
like. If I'm not
facts.
there yet, if I'm not there where I can
gotta
support
push
myself
myself.
off this, I'll go get something that I can support myself with and keep doing that because that's the goal. This, like, it's a goal, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like you got to push for the finish line, but you got to push past all the stuff to get there.
And you got to be great at everything you do.
Exactly, because if your aim is excellence,
You'll be good.
you're going to be excellent. You're going to be excellent. No, because you're going to
No,
push
my
yourself,
aim
and
is
if you're
the best
not there.
ever.
Yeah, so if you're not there, you're always going to be constantly like wanting to get better. And by doing that, you're constantly going to be great.
Improving
You're constantly going to be amazing.
person.
And then you're constantly going to be improving as a person, as everything. Like
Exactly.
For sure.
you just improve. You just keep getting better.
You got another question for us? What is something you don't know?
About y'all? I'm like, okay, wait, we'll play a little friend game.
Okay.
How
Alright.
well do y'all know each other?
Pretty well.
So,
6
okay.
years.
Yeah,
6 years.
it's a long
What's his
time.
favorite color?
His favorite color?
Yeah.
Green.
Is it? What's
Hell
his
yeah,
favorite color?
I know you know it.
Expose
you know it.
I
it.
do. I
do.
do
know it.
know it. I do know it.
I had to
man.
think hard about yours though,
I know.
I prepped
think hard
beforehand.
about it.
because she told me before we started. I was like, I gotta think about that.
It's a BS. I didn't get that.
We're cheating.
Hold on. I want to say blue so bad. It is.
Yeah,
blue.
yeah, that's what I'm talking
alright, alright. I was like, it has to be blue dude, because
Yeah.
like I was like, bro, our colors fused are turquoise, and I love turquoise too.
Right.
But to save people from being like, what's turquoise if they don't know what turquoise
You
is,
just
I'm
gotta
like,
say
alright,
blue.
green, yeah. Is
Right.
it green or is
Agree.
it-
Right, no one
yeah.
ever says those colors. It's like, what's the closest primary color that is
Green.
your favorite color?
Green.
Yeah, blue. All right, what else?
All right. What's the best quality about each other? What's his best quality?
Oh man,
Aw.
that's a real deep question
I
right off the
know.
bat. What's his best
I said color,
quality?
best quality. But it doesn't
Oh,
have.
I think
just
Devin's
whatever.
best quality is that.
None.
No, I think his best
That I'm an
quality is that
asshole.
he's like always there. Like for what you're doing. Like he's always there. He's always gonna be there for you. Like if I ever needed anyone and I couldn't go to my parents or you, I'd go to Devin. Like he's going to be there for me.
I
Loyal.
appreciate you.
Yes.
Of course, man.
And even in like working with him or like creating with him, it's like the same way. Like if I need help with something, he's going to be able to help me with it. I'd like he's there
And
for
put
me.
in the effort that like you're looking for.
Yeah, like I know I can rely on him.
Trust in. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I,
like
guess that's
that.
what I would say.
I like that.
Appreciate
What about you?
homie.
What's his best
Dude,
quality?
Alex
There isn't one.
can Never. Alex
Asshole.
can never not make me laugh. Like, I think that every single time that this dude hits me up, whether it be on Instagram with some hilarious meme, or whether it be just texting me some outrageous story, or whether it be FaceTiming me out of the blue, or we just randomly are able to hang out.
Or like working together.
Yeah, or working together. Like, there is never a moment where it is dull. And, like, he is
It's
so
fun.
lively. And that's what I appreciate. Because sometimes I'm like, bro, I'm so out of energy. And when he is, it's just revamped. So, like, it
Bro.
advances because he'll be like, I'm so tired. But he's so, like, much with it that I'm like, oh, I am too. But then it brings me back up. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right, you
right.
can
It
constantly
builds.
like help
Dude,
each other.
same though. I feel like it's the same, but every time like I'm down, you're up, and every time you're down, I'm up. So it's
Yeah.
like it just
It's
works.
facts. It's like a levy system. It's how communism should have been. It's why we in America.
Politics.
No, I like that though. Like, I feel like that's what a friendship is, and like
Right.
that's what it like should be. Like constantly
being
making
there
each
for
other
the
laugh
other person when
and
they're down.
constantly being there for the other person,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
it almost goes hand in hand
That's
with
my
what y'all
G,
said.
dude. Like, I have such a small circle of people, and like that's
Same.
for sure, man. Like,
Same.
It's not. Yeah. I feel like if you don't, you're stupid. I'm sorry. Like, it's not
Oh,
really,
dang.
because like, but listen, like, all those people aren't your friends. Everybody
Right,
wants
there's
to
true
use you in
friends.
some way. You
And
gotta
even when you
discover-
have,
and
like-
even people that
Bro.
you think are your true
Even,
friends.
and
Yeah.
even when you have
Yeah.
these
Everyone
really
has a
large friend
motive.
groups,
Everyone has.
even when you
motives,
have these
facts.
large friend groups, it's like those two people are the only ones I can rely on.
Mhm.
Like if something went down, it's that.
That
Yeah,
that
you have
person.
your group, but
That's
like you have
facts.
your people.
Yeah.
People in
Like
that
you
group.
have, yeah.
I've
So like
had
even
that
when
for
people say
sure.
like, "Oh, I'm
Same.
friends with," oh, it's
You
like
know who you
who is
are.
your
Who's
real
your
friend?
friend?
Who's your true
Yeah.
friend in that group?
Mm-hmm.
I feel fake friends with your real friends. Yeah,
That's what
like
I'm talking
with
about.
it. Like, yeah, man. Like,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And sometimes
even
you're
like
that
a
friend.
fake friend isn't like a fake friend. I feel like
Sometimes
a fake.
you're that friend. Sometimes you're that friend that's like, dude, I'm friends with you, you're friends with me, but you can never rely on me. You just couldn't. Like, I'm not gonna be like, we're friends.
But
we're
you
cool,
need
but-
friendships like
Yeah,
that too.
but
You just
yeah.
need, like,
you.
That's what I'm
whatever.
saying. Like, friends are friends, but there are friends.
there are friends.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I like having friends. Like I like having a lot of friends or like
Same.
people that I can like talk to.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely
That close circle.
that close little circle of like 2 or 3.
For sure.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They've got your heart. They've
Oh,
got
yeah,
your
man.
back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. When I'm down, I know that I can go to my friends and I'll laugh. And like,
Yeah.
even if it's like just for nothing, even if we're being stupid, and like, that gets me back to being like, all right, I got this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
Right.
helps you if you're in a funk or something, you go to your friends. They help you out in like a way that like other people couldn't,
Right.
you know? Cuz
They like help you by inspiring you instead of like
instead of like talking or like
trying to help you.
I don't know. Some friends do like help.
That's true.
Like that, but like there's just some spark with friendships that's like
Like
Yeah,
just you
like-
being
just
there.
being with you is making me
It's
feel
not
better.
whole,
Like
Yup.
that's it.
Yeah. That's
Well,
crazy.
Yeah, no. I like that question. That was a nice
That was a
question.
good one.
That was a
What
nice
else?
Question. Yeah.
Let me see. I put some notes in
More.
here.
Oh, lit.
Oh, you put
Look
some
at
notes
this.
in there?
So professional.
We already talked about favorite series, but what about like favorite movie? Do you know his favorite movie, or do you know his favorite movie?
Oh man. I don't know it.
You don't know mine?
Okay.
I don't think I know yours, but I feel like I do, but I don't.
If y'all really don't know, we could just say like our favorite movies or
Alright.
movies that.
What do you think it is? Just give a shot in the dark. What do you think?
And
it
then
is?
you say
okay. Okay. I'm gonna be wrong.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna be wrong too, dude.
Shawshank?
Oh no,
No.
no, dude.
Okay.
Okay, American Beauty.
That's
Beauty,
right.
I knew that.
That's right.
And
of
it's
course,
sad.
I knew that.
I know,
No,
I know.
Pissed. I'm pissed because I knew that.
I know,
I'm
but when's the
pissed
last time we
because I
talked
knew
about that?
But yeah,
Bro, so
And I, like-
long ago.
Dude, Kevin Spacey's not cool no more,
Okay,
so I
but
don't even
if you
talk about
say
him.
mine, I'm gonna be so.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm not, but I
true.
know it's, bro. Okay,
Who's my favorite?
I'm pretty sure
director?
it has to be something with Leo. You like Leo a lot.
he said.
You like his
I love
acting a lot. Is it
Leonardo
Tarantino?
DiCaprio.
It's Tarantino.
Of course, it's Tarantino.
Oh, but which one?
Tarantino's my favorite director.
I don't know which one. One of them, bro. It's not Kill Bill.
I love Kill Bill, but no,
It's not Kill
It's
Bill.
great though.
Is it his
feel
newest
like
one?
it's-
It's not his newest one. Is it Pulp Fiction?
I feel like it's Pulp Fiction. I was gonna
That's
say
right.
that. I think you
That's
said
right,
that the other
man.
day
Piece
though.
of
That's why I
shit
said.
now. See,
No,
now I'm
it's
the piece
cool.
of
It's cool.
It's a good movie. I love that
I
movie.
love Pulp Fiction. I watch it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you don't watch it with me. I'll recite all the lines. That's like me with the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I know line for line. Like, I don't think you
Ew,
understand.
but like yeah.
I had like my SpongeBob pajamas and my SpongeBob underwear.
I
I'm
had a
not
little
capping.
blow-up
I had a
SpongeBob seat
SpongeBob, yes.
That
and
you
I
could
had
sit
a,
in.
Yes.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Yes.
It's like
Hey,
this
listen.
little like
I had a
blow up.
SpongeBob blanket.
I
and
had
I
a-
wasn't capping and slippers.
I had a
where his
Slippers. I had
mouth
the
was the fucking.
I had a SpongeBob alarm clock
I did too. That's at the fun
that
song.
sang the fun song
I
when
had
you woke
that
up.
one.
That's
Yeah,
hard.
I had
Yup.
that.
My aunt got it for me. I think
That's
I was
hard.
like 4 or whatever. But yeah.
That was a fire alarm clock.
Yeah, that
Is
alarm
that
clock's
little
like, it
emphasis
annoyed me.
difference.
But
Together.
it would annoy me
You
because I'd be like,
and
oh, I don't
me.
want to wake up. And then I'd be like, this is fire.
Oh.
And is there anywhere and anytime at all.
I was like, yeah,
Down
Yeah,
here
yeah,
in the deep blue sea. Oh, it was supposed to be all of us.
Well, it's
Sorry.
too late now, man.
Yeah,
You ruined it.
I ruined it.
Everyone's going to click
She was
off
the one
now.
that didn't even sing. Yeah, no,
Anyway.
I know.
What's another question? Another question.
Anyway, SpongeBob is superior. Glad we, like,
What's your
came
movie?
to that conclusion.
Facts.
My
It's
favorite
Kill
movie?
Bill.
Yeah,
No, it's not Kill Bill. That's definitely one of my top ones, though.
I love Kill
That's your
Bill,
favorite
though, dude.
Tarantino.
That's my favorite.
Kill Bill
Tarantino.
Volume 2.
2. Exactly.
One, man.
2.
Really?
Okay.
Why do you like 2 more?
One is
don't
way.
know, I just-
Explain.
is
Explain. I
just
want to hear
like-
that. That makes more sense.
saying.
I'm like, what?
Okay, I don't know. I
What is
just
so fun? Tricks are for kids. What if
I like the
scalps are-
storyline.
Oh, hold
Wait, you
on.
like the storyline of
I'm
2?
getting a call from my friend, but I'm in the middle of a podcast. If you're
So
seeing this, because you're
sorry.
gonna see it,
Hi.
No.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy. And I'm getting a text from Courtney. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, I'm
I'm
just gonna
sorry.
say my
Go
favorite
ahead.
movie. You're
I'm
good.
so sorry.
You're good. I'm
Go
just gonna
ahead.
keep it going.
Yeah.
My favorite movie is Across the Universe.
Oh, I knew that.
It's so good.
dude.
So good.
That movie is
Cinematography's
good.
awesome.
Across the universe.
Across the Universe. It's the movie that's based on like Beatles songs.
It's
kind of like a movie
It's
musical.
good. It's good.
It's really, really
Yeah.
good.
You should watch it.
Bet.
Really,
I'm
really
down.
good.
I've
And it,
never
like,
seen that.
dabbles
Yeah,
was
she
in, like,
introduced me to it. It's good.
Psychedelic, like 70s. I don't know. It's just like, it's good to watch and like think about the world now.
Mhm.
Like, even if it's not the best like movie, like technically
sure.
speaking, it's really good.
For sure.
I like it.
And if you're a Beatles fan, like, makes it all better because
Hell
Right,
it's just
and
all
it's
their
just fun.
songs.
What else?
But yeah.
Another question?
Okay, I got one.
All right. Hit me.
Favorite memory together.
There's so many.
I know.
There's so many, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
What the F is wrong with you?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Okay.
No,
Let me
not
think.
that
Let me
one.
think.
I don't know. That was.
That's
Said
a
it
good
to his
one.
mother.
That's such a
Okay,
good
hold
one.
on. No,
That's
I got hold
that's
on.
messed up, man.
Different one. Different one.
Okay, this can't just be inside jokes, though.
Yeah.
Gotta tell the
I'm
story.
trying to think of a
Okay,
story.
all right. Well, not that one, but we'll tell a different one.
Right.
Okay, you just gotta tell a story.
My bad. Do you want me to go first so you have time to think?
Yeah,
I think
go
I
ahead.
Have one.
If you have one.
I think it's when we were all over here, and it was the cast party.
For And Then There Were None?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that was fun, man.
Dude, because
This was the guest room then.
yeah.
I was in the other room.
Yep. And what were we playing? We were all playing, and it was like a girl-boy sleepover.
Right, like the
and,
right, like the
Ooh.
first one.
Yeah.
Back
In
when it was, like,
yeah, it was like weird. Everyone was like,
weird.
"Are the girls gonna sleep in different rooms?"
What do we
Yeah.
do?
I was like, "I don't know."
But
Like,
I
just, like, sleep in-
had already lost my
No.
virginity, so I was like, "What's up?"
Oh my
I was like, "What?"
Right.
But like, I don't know. I didn't care. I ended up sleeping where? In
You
here,
was, didn't
right?
you, I think I slept in the
bed.
hallway. I don't even
slept
think
in
I slept in my own bed.
Wait, I slept in your bed.
You.
I slept in the
See, that's
bed.
the friendship we have. Like,
Exactly.
Not even mad at him.
Exactly.
Like, you do you, homie.
Like, all right.
I always sleep on the bed, bro. Like, I can't sleep on the. Anyway, I mean, I could if I needed to. Don't let me sound like a bitch, but like, go ahead. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, we put. Yeah, that was. I like that.
But wait, I gotta be specific.
The 7
It
seconds
was
in heaven.
definitely when we were. That was
That
hilarious.
was ridiculous.
That was hilarious. Because
Henry
he
would just
have
run around
different-
in the room the whole
Yeah.
time.
Our friend Henry was like, he would go on with this one girl, and she who shall not be named.
What?
You remember? Anyways,
Yeah.
and they were just messing around, and then Alex went in with the meme, but they didn't do anything. Did you go with
No.
the meme or what? Oh, it was what's her name? Dude, I forget everybody's name from this stuff. Like,
I
but
don't know. I
anyways,
went in with
digress.
someone.
I just remember Alex and I, whoever we went in with, we just like joked around with. But there was this one girl that was in it with me, and I curved her so hard. And I came out and I told Alex about it, and we were crying for like
no.
5 minutes, and everybody was like, "What's so funny?" And they ended up just doing their own conversation, and we were just dying laughing. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was so great.
Yeah, it was nuts. I don't know if I don't know if this is the best memory just because it's so early, but I remember it's like, okay, I just got my license.
Yeah.
And I got my car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm coming to pick
best
you
time.
up. And you lived
Best time ever.
right there.
Yep.
And I went and pick him up. And then we went to
Taco.
we did go
Yeah,
to
we went
that's
to
right.
Taco
We went to
Bell.
Taco Bell, but there was
Taco
another time I
Bell,
picked
yeah.
you up and we went to a racetrack. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
this was the first time because it was
Yeah.
like late or like morning time. I was
It was late.
tired.
Yeah.
And I picked you up. We went to racetrack.
It was late. It was late.
Dude.
I wouldn't have been able to go in
Yeah.
the morning probably because I was still living with my mom
Oh,
and my
yeah.
brother, so it's probably later in the
Yeah.
night. I don't know
All I
why
remember
got
is like
up.
we got there. I thought I put it in park, and then I didn't. And then I like got out, and the car like inched forward and like tapped the pole, and I was like,
You're like, we have to go.
oh no!
We have to
I was
run.
like, what is this? I like quickly got it in and like fixed it, and then there was like a little like tiny dent there.
And like we were, I was like,
like,
oh shit.
That was
It's like
that
I
was-
just got
but yeah,
my
we were
license.
dying. We were dying. It was hilarious.
He just got his license.
Yeah, that was
Literally within
was
like
hilarious.
2 weeks of getting my license, I totaled my car. So
that's just driving, dude.
it was
just
messed
driving.
up. It was on a 40-mile-an-hour road by my school, and this girl in front of me was stopped, and it was actually my friend, and like. But I guess her brake lights didn't work. I didn't see them or something, and I just went right into her car.
and it's still so
I
funny.
know.
There was
And I was
okay,
listening
right
to
into her
Hawaiian
car.
roller coaster ride the whole time, and I was just too into it. I was just too into the song, and I just yeah, that was the worst.
Oh.
What were you saying though?
Sorry, the wife is texting me. And I don't. She's gonna think I'm cheating or something. Y'all know what I mean. I can't. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm just I think honestly, like, are we talking about car accidents now?
I guess so.
I guess,
That's
man.
just where I went.
Well, I can explain what happened to my bumper. So I was going to QT, and I usually always went to QT, but now I'm cautious when I go to QT because you know how they have those yellow poles, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm turning,
Oh.
and there's this guy, and it's like pitch black outside. I'm heading home. This is when I lived all the way in East Cobb, like 30 minutes away, and so I'm just going straight. I'm like, oh, okay, he's letting me go. All of a sudden, this jackass just boom and floors it, and so I have to like steer to the right. I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like just like, and I hit the pole, and I'm like, no, but it's not that bad. Like it didn't mess up anything, like total it or whatever. And it's
Just
like,
dented.
oh, it just dented, and it's like yellow here.
It's,
But
so
cool.
scary though when you get in like your first accident.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
just like, I was shaking the entire ride home. I was just like,
Was your
oh,
first
God,
accident? Was your first accident like you driving? Was that the first time you've ever gotten in an
Yes.
accident?
Yeah.
When I totaled
Yeah.
my car and her car, that
Oh,
was my
man.
first ever
What?
accident. It
That's
scared the
crazy,
life out of
dude.
me.
That's that's terrifying.
That sucks.
Didn't you get into
I'd
one
like yeah, I just got into an accident, but it's been like for like 3 years, nothing. 4 years, nothing. So
It's just like, I hate driving, man. That's
It's
what
so-
I miss
it's
about
just
living
dangerous.
up north. Because, like, living in
In
the
a city.
city, man, it's just so superior.
Yup.
I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't say superior. That makes me sound elitist. But, like, it
But
really...
you like it more.
I
Like
love it so
It's
much.
so nice.
Because you can walk wherever
you want.
ever. And it's
Or,
like...
like,
well, now
public
with the
transport is just
coronavirus,
It's so
it's
good.
probably crappy.
yeah, well, yeah.
With, the
Yeah.
can't get on any
plague.
public transportation.
But
for sure.
yeah, I know. But I mean, it is what it is. I remember when I was a kid, and you would hop the what is it? The little stuff you have to walk
Yeah.
through to get to the train. You hop over them, but the cops would be behind us, so you have to run really quick to the doors. And they'd be fat and overweight, but they love doing that. So they're just like, oh, it's whatever. So they let you go. You know what I mean? If they were cool. But like I remember one time my friend didn't make it, and his backpack got caught, and he got caught, and I was like,
Oh, yeah,
But
dude.
they ended up letting him go. But they were like, next time, don't let us catch you, idiot. And I was like, oh,
'Cause you were,
he
like,
was
kids
lit.
at the time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were like 8. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
You're-
Like not
yeah.
even exactly. We were just going down like it's not even not 8. I shouldn't say 8. Like, you know what I mean? But like I'm
Just like younger.
my mom
Not
was
8.
responsible. Like I wasn't going around
This
the
man just
city
running
by
around at
myself.
4 years old all around.
Yeah,
4
in
years
the
old.
subway by himself.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
dude.
dead.
But man, like it's just cool seeing so many different people down here too. Like when I moved down here, I was really young,
Same.
too, and it was just kind of like, whoa, because we were in New York for a bit, then Connecticut, then down here.
Oh,
And then I
cool.
was down here for a while. And so, like, I guess people say you're more from here, but my mom is so up north that it's just not the case at all.
I think it's just who you grow up with is really,
it really
where
is.
you're from.
It's nurture versus nature.
Because I'm definitely not
versus
Southern.
nurture, yeah.
I'm not from Georgia.
No,
Like,
I'm
I'm
not
not.
either. Like, I mean, like, I've lived here, and I appreciate the kind of for what it is. I
Some
love
of it.
Atlanta.
Some
I
of
love
it.
Atlanta's
Atlanta's
phenomenal.
where-
Atlanta's a
and
great
some
I
city.
wanna
places
be,
of Georgia.
exactly.
Yeah.
But some places I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. I
But-
feel that.
Better.
Dude, I've been here since I was 2. Like,
Yeah,
like,
that's
But you're
honestly,
not
crazy,
from
man.
here.
I'm from
like,
here. Like, I'm from
he
here.
is
You
from
are, but like
here.
your parents aren't.
Yeah, but like, I was 2. I'm from here. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I see
like
what you're saying.
it's
No.
about
But
like
when
who
people
you're
ask
raised
where you're
by.
from, I say Atlanta.
Exactly.
I don't
mean,
say.
you're from here, but
I'm
like
from here.
I don't know. I feel like there's
Like, he
you're
could
very
say New York
different-
because he's lived there for until
A
he was
little
what?
bit.
But you're very
a few
different than,
years,
like,
7 or some shit
someone-
like that,
That's
yeah.
better than
Like,
2?
it's a few, yeah.
yeah. But you're very different than someone who's
That's
like
true.
grown up here in rural areas and like their parents are Southern. Like
I
feel
also
like
think
it's
the
a
area
little-
I grew up
I was
in is a
born
good
Yeah.
down
area.
here, though.
Yeah.
I was born in Atlanta, and then we moved back up.
Oh really?
Mhm.
Yeah, but how
Because
long were
we
you in
down
New
here
York for?
Christmas.
Like, what ages?
A few years. Like, I'm trying to remember. Like, for at least, like, 5-6 years. So I came down here in the 4th grade, so I was, like, 8 or 9 when I came down here.
So it was 5 years before 8 or 9. So you're like 3
Mm-hmm.
I was, like, 2 when I was
in New York.
In New York.
No, not New York. Connecticut,
Oh.
and then New York, and then down here. So I was in New York when I was like a little bit more conscious. You
Yeah.
feel me?
You grew up
See,
there. You
I
grew
got
up there.
gypped out of being born in St. Thomas.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
Right, I could have been born. My
Trash.
brother was born there.
I could have
But
grown
you
up
were-
in Marcy. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want to grow up in
But
Marcy.
like
House.
right when I was about to
Shout
be
out
born,
Marcy though.
there was a hurricane and they had to fly us to Indiana of all places, and like so that's where I was born. Then we went back to St. Thomas for like 4 years, and then moved back to Indiana, and then to Georgia.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I
That's
moved
what's up.
here when I was like 4th grade, I think.
That's cool.
So yeah.
You know X. Look, X. It was crazy because when I met him in the ninth, I met like 2 of my closest friends like the same time with him and X, and like, I'm grateful I was able to introduce y'all. But it was crazy because X grew up in Brooklyn too, and like I didn't even know, you know what I mean? And he came down, so that was really cool. But he stayed there way longer than I did, so like he knows way more than. But it's changed so much. Like last time I was up there, I haven't been up there for like 2, 3. No, like 4 years now. It's
Yeah.
been a
Do you ever
minute.
think about like how different you would be if you like stayed
For
there
sure.
or
Oh,
like
yeah. Oh,
lived in a
for
different place your
sure.
whole life?
dude, yeah.
Like why though? That's so weird.
Why
It's-
what?
You
Why would
thought
it
you'd be
change
a
you?
different person.
Because it's
It's nature.
nurture over nature.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. You're
It's
based
like-
around your surroundings.
I mean,
Wait,
like, that's where you
is
get a
it
lot
nurture?
of stuff.
Yeah,
Where you are
I
is who
say
you
nature
surround
because I'm
yourself
thinking
Yeah,
of
it's just where you're
environment,
from.
but
Like, I mean, like, so I was born in
Some
like
nurture.
Massachusetts, in like Sandwich, Massachusetts. So it's like,
such a good city.
Sand.
so I think my parents
That's
always tell me that like
fire.
if we stayed there, you would want to be a carpenter or a fisherman,
Cause that was like
because that's just what
Probably.
everyone
you
there
should do.
did. Like,
I
that's
don't know, but don't you think you would still have that like love for art?
I don't know. You have to be
Probably.
introduced to it.
Yeah,
That's true.
You
I
have to be
think-
introduced to that.
I think
But maybe
you
they
gotta
still have
be
art.
like if
I mean, I'm sure they do, but
Nah,
You don't know
low
if you'd have,
key.
like,
I
the
feel like
same-
deep down, I always wanted to be a performer. Like, and in a sense, like, I wanted to be a surgeon growing up, actually. And in a way,
Yeah.
that's a performance. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I would always, for some reason, I know a lot of biological like facts. Like because as a kid, that's all I used to read. So I
Yeah.
know like if people are like, my back hurts. I'm like, oh, maybe it's one of your discs or something. And they're like, what?
They're like, how do you
even
know that?
And I'm like, dude, I just read it in a book. And they're like, okay, weirdo. And then they go see a doctor.
I
And they're
get
like, oh
that.
shit, you were right. And I was like, huh. I mean, I'm not like an MD, but like, yeah, you know
But,
what
like,
I
I
mean?
kind
you
of
know
know.
Which is
more
crazy.
than a normal person.
Yeah, because like I was passionate about that, but then you see people around you try to push you too far into it, and you
Yo.
lose your love for
Yeah.
it. and it becomes
Exactly.
more
You
like
gotta have to
work.
find
And
your
that's
own
where
way.
I found movies because my uncle Jordan and Scott, shout out to them, you know, my Grammy and my dad, mom, and all them, you know, raised me on movie like Scarface.
Oh,
Godfather.
God.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
classic film, like phenomenal films. And then I grew up to watch films by myself with the introduction of Netflix. Growing up where it was just stream right to you, made it so much easier to see all these movies now too. And I just completely delved right in. The moment I was able to access any movie I could, I'd watch it. Like New Jack City. Boys in the Hood for sure. I'm trying to think, like, one of the best films I've ever seen with my family that's like a tradition. Every Thanksgiving, The Godfather Part 2.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Part 2. And
Yeah.
it's
So
like,
good.
people don't understand, like, the importance of
Those
entertainment and of stories because you learn from it just like you learn from history.
Mm-hmm.
And there's things to learn about Luke Skywalker blowing up the Death Star. Like, he was just a farmer, you know? He didn't have anything. And then, literally within a day, he became the hero of the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's all about the hero's journey, which is a thing a lot of people follow.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's about, like, somebody's tragedy, somebody's loss.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of storytelling is. And it's parallel because that's what life is. Life is tragedy and life is, you know, a lot of storytelling. And that's why I love films that get to the nitty-gritty and make it so believable.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when I was taught in the same theater class with Mr. Hicks, when he introduced the magic if, you know what I mean? When it was like, hey, like, make them think you're actually there. Always stuck with me from that point on because, like, as a kid, I was very lonely. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends growing up because I was very, like, hey, F y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't care.
I've got it.
Yeah,
Right.
like, I just did not like people my age, and I still really don't, in a way. But it really helped me kind of shape up and see, like, oh, okay, I could do this, this, and this because I'm just playing by myself and nobody could tell me this. I'm the main character of my own story.
Mm-hmm.
And it
That's
definitely
what you
caused
gotta
me
remember,
to have,
that you're the main character.
Yeah, and it definitely caused me to have, like, multiple personality disorder. And that's why, because I'm so imaginative that I didn't have anyone to play with. I'd think of people to play, and I'd act them out. And I think that's why it really drew me. And people is like, for me, it's just having fun. But I love it, and I put all of my thing into it. You should be able to have fun doing what you're doing and love it at the same time. And it should not be work.
That's
and
what
if you're
passion
doing
stems
that,
from.
and that's exactly what it is.
Love and, like, wanting to do it.
I could go, if you asked me to work 36-hour shifts at where I'm... No, I'm not doing
Never.
it. Like,
Well, if I'm doing something I
but
want,
if I'm
all
filming
day.
36 hours straight, I'm with it.
I'm
I
fine.
don't care.
I can go
I
for
want to
a
do
week
that.
straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
and I can figure out a way to make that my thing. That I do.
Exactly.
Like, do that.
That's the goal at the end of the day, you know. And movies have inspired me so far. But yeah, it definitely turned from surgeon to. But now I watch a TV show about surgeons because my wifey, shout out Courtney, loves Grey's Anatomy. So watch all of it. We're all caught up. It's not that bad.
I don't think I've ever watched
I've
it.
never seen it.
I think
It's
I've
a doctor soap opera.
Okay, this might be a spoiler. I'm not gonna say it, but what I watched one episode and it was like this crazy episode where someone got shot and like the wasn't supposed to get shot, and I was like, what kind of show is this? And I was like,
it's insane.
It
Isn't
is insane,
No,
but I
it
was
gets
like, I don't
crazy.
know
I'm
what's
like,
happening.
Holy shit. You gotta watch it from the beginning because it just gets crazier and crazier.
I don't think I'll
You're
ever
like,
watch
what?
that show.
No, you have to be like a 30-year-old, like, middle-aged couple that's done with life, and I guess that's where we're at now. So I don't know, but that's our favorite show. So I'm not gonna talk bad about it because it's not bad.
It could be good. I don't know.
It's not bad. Like, I've definitely seen horrible television. Like, it's enjoyable.
Oh,
And
there's some
I grew
bad
up watching
stuff.
reality TV with my mom. Like,
Okay,
for
but that's
sure.
like good.
Yeah.
It's like bad, but it's
But like
good.
drama,